Dear student, today we discuss about subject maths, chapter number 8, quadrilateral and their types, different types. In previous period, we discuss about rectangle. Today, we discuss about next quadrilateral type. All angles of a quadrilateral are right angle, then that quadrilateral are called as good. That quadrilateral is called as rectangle. If this rectangle, all sides of rectangle are made congruent, means all sides are similar and all angles are also 90 degree. All angles congruent and all sides also congruent, then that quadrilateral is called as good square. In Marathi is chaurus. Good. All angles of a rectangle, all sides of a rectangle are congruent, then that rectangle is called as square. Otherwise, another definition of square is all angles and all sides are congruent, then it is called as square. What is the definition? All angles and all sides of a quadrilateral are congruent, then it is called as square. That is the definition of square. Here, name of quadrilateral is. Who tell the name? Quadrilateral A, B, C, D is a square. And today we discuss about properties of a square. We discuss here first property about S. All angles are congruent, means there is no property for angle. All sides also congruent, therefore no property for side. Then what we say about property for which term? Yes, correct, diagonals. We discuss property about diagonal. Length of first diagonal is, name of that diagonal is. Who tell the name? Yes, segment BD. Segment BD is the diagonal and we measure its length, and another diagonal also we measure and its length also. Yes, name of another diagonal is segment AC. There are two diagonals, and what we say about diagonals, length of BD and length of AC are equal in length, means two segments are said to be congruent. Then what we write about conclusion for diagonal? Yes, correct. The diagonals of square are congruent. This diagonal and another diagonal, these two diagonals intersect in point E. The diagonals of a square are congruent, means equal in length. The diagonals of a square are congruent. That is the first property. Then second property, measure the angle. Here we measure the angle. This angle we measure here. Who measure the angle? Yes, come here. Yes, measure. This angle we measure here. Yes, that is the correct. Here point D, measure from point D 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. Means here how many degree we get? 90. Sharvari Patil shows here correct measurement. Good. Yes. Here 90 degree means what we write conclusion. Measurement is 90 means two segments are, we can say that they made angle 90 degree means both segments are, we can say that. Anyone cannot give answer? Two segments made 90 degree angle means two segments are perpendicular. Segment BD, this BD segment and segment AC are perpendicular. Means diagonals are perpendicular. Diagonals of square are perpendicular. Then third property, this diagonal AC divide into how many parts? Two parts, and two parts are, their length is, yes, their length is different. AE distance and distance EC, both distance are equal, correct? Means segment AE congruent segment EC, and another diagonal divide into two parts, and both parts here, both parts also, what we get here? Different? Yes, equal parts. Which parts are equal? Which parts are equal? segment S, segment DE, correct. Congruent segment EB, good. Segment DE congruent segment EB means these two parts and these two parts are similar, means what we say about conclusion. First AC diagonal divide equal parts of BD and BD diagonal make equal part of AC diagonal, means what we write conclusion, both diagonals are as making equal parts, means another word for making equal part is correct, bisect, good answer. Both diagonals are bisect each other. We write conclusion, both diagonal bisect each other, and perpendicular. Both word we connect together, and what we get a perfect word, bisect each other and perpendicular we connect together. Which word we get? This perpendicular as this word and connect that later, and previous word is this. We get a perfect word is, anyone can give answer? Yes, correct. Yes, good answer. Perpendicular bisect and ear means bisector. What we write conclusion, the diagonals of square are perpendicular bisector. That is the final conclusion we write here. Is any difficulty? Please write down.